104.7 The Cave. Mike the Intern in the studio with Jay Stevens this morning. It is Wednesday when we
pay homage to Lemmy.
That's right. Today, for sure.
Today we do.
Today we are paying homage to Lemmy on Rip It Apart Wednesday. Our subject, Ace of Spades, title track off their 1980 album.
It could be the best Motorhead song of all time. Coming from a guy like me that's not a big Motorhead fan.
Arguably, it's usually the one that most people know. You know, it's the one that everyone knows.
What year did this come out?
1980.
1980. Mm-hmm. So this was pre-Metallica.
Pre-Metallica.
So this is where Metallica got inspiration, guaranteed.
A lot
Whiplash
of metal
and
bands.
this song sound very similar.
A lot of thrash bands in the 80s definitely got
Motorhead.
some. I mean, if you think about
that's why Lemmy's a god.
Yeah. Well, if you think about what was going on in 1980 music-wise, and then this comes out.
Man, you figured 1980, that's even pre-glam.
Yeah. It's crazy.
That's pre-Motley Crue, and that's really, gosh. Everything in 1980 was like Journey, Foreigner, right?
Yep.
And then all of a sudden,
a lot of corporate rock.
All of a sudden, we hear what?
This, you know,
hi-hat. Yes,
let
me hear your hi-hat.
Let's do the bass. Yeah, pushing it through a Marshall stack, and that's the bass. Doesn't get any heavier than that. And it's like I said,
that must have blown minds in 1980.
Yeah.
Power chords on a bass too.
That's exactly what he's doing.
Oh, there we go.
There's that other side guitar played by the one and only Fast Eddie, who left the band in 1982 after they decided to do kind of a cross album with the Plasmatics. He's like, I don't like the way this band's going, and left.
Bailed out.
But, you know, that's just kind of the way it was. When they released this song, it was kind of a 7-inch single that they released as a preview to the album. And the cover is really cool. It's got the band in Santa Claus outfits, and they released it for Christmas. And limited it to 50,000 copies. This is definitely a collector's item if you've got a copy of that 7-inch on.
Do you have it?
No, I don't. I'm not a big 7-inch guy. I don't have anywhere to put them. And to me, like a
7 inches, you know.
7 inches is kind of a waste because it's like
that's what she said.
Yeah. Actually, that's not what the thing said. Anyway, so I just was kind of like, I'm not messing with it. I don't want to play one song and then have to get up and change the damn record again. You know, it's kind of a waste to me. Buy the whole record. I do have Ace of Spades on vinyl, definitely. Yeah, and I can't remember which other. I think I have a live Motorhead album on vinyl too, but I only got 2. But yeah, so we'll get some more Ace of Spades from Motorhead on the way next. Rip It Apart Wednesday on 104.7 The Cave. 104.7 The Cave. Mike the Intern, Jay Stevens back in the studio today. It's Wednesday, Rip It Apart Wednesday, when we tear apart a song, discuss the parts. Today we are paying tribute to arguably one of the most charismatic, tough frontmen of all time, Lemmy.
He's definitely. I want a mole like that. We should have put on fake moles for this.
Yeah, we should. It's funny. We guys I play in bands with. We did a Motorhead tribute last year or the year before. And I played guitar, and Trent, one of my good friends, he did the Lemmy. And we got a Rick bass, we got a Marshall stack for it, and that's what he played through, and got a fake beard, got a fake mole.
The whole
fake
mole.
Deal. And I know that I'm pretty sure we've booked another tribute. It's going to be April 30th at the Outland Ballroom. So if you happen to have your calendar out, write down the 30th, you're coming to the ballroom. Watch us play a whole bunch of great Motorhead songs
distorted
in memory
bass.
of him. Yeah, distorted
More
bass.
You should all play bass. Everybody.
Yeah.
No guitars, just all basses. All distorted basses.
Loud.
That's the way to do it.
Basses. So, really cool guitar parts on this one, in my opinion. It's kind of hard to play guitar over what the bass is doing. You know, you don't really need it because they're both doing the same thing.
It's definitely a precursor to like thrash metal. You know,
but that guitar's got some real good sound. What's great is when he's doing those licks, he doesn't even stop it. The bass is going full power chords right over. So that's awesome. So Lemmy was in a band called Hawkwind before he was in Motorhead, and it's kind of a like psychedelic, like cross between psychedelic and like little heavy metal, but more psychedelic than not. And in the mid-'70s, he just got fed up and left the band during a tour, went home, and was like, I'm starting a new band called Motorhead, and if we were to move into the house that lived next door to you, your lawn would die. That's what he described Motorhead as.
All right.
If we were next door to you, your lawn would die.
So he had a complete vision right up the
He
gate.
knew exactly what he was doing, and I think if that was what he was going for, he definitely succeeded in that.
Awesome.
We'll get to more Rip It Apart Wednesday. Motorhead, Ace of Spades on the way next on 104.7 The Cave. .7 The Cave. Mike the Intern, Jay Stevens. It's Wednesday. We're in the studio ripping apart Ace of Spades
Playing
by
bass
Motorhead.
through Marshall Stacks.
That's right. That's exactly what they did.
Just the way I said that sounded like his bass sound.
You know, Motorhead, in my opinion, they use the word proto-punk a lot, and I think you really can't get an any better example of proto-punk than these guys, especially since when they started, they were doing this stuff. I mean, this album came out later on, but it's
Well, it's a punk beat.
It's punk.
Punk beat, yeah.
And he was, he gets a lot of credit for metal, but he doesn't get a whole lot of credit for the contributions to punk rock. A lot of the punk dudes knew him, a lot of punk dudes that he was friends with. He's got a song about the Ramones, Ramones, and they were all friends because they recognized what Lemmy was doing. But with Lemmy and anything like he did, he didn't really feel like he needed to call it what it was. It was Motorhead. You didn't need to call it any kind of music. It was Motorhead.
Label on it.
No, and that's exactly what it is. I mean,
Yeah, that's true. Because it's kind of punky, it's kind of metalish, it's kind of thrash.
heavy stuff, which is hilarious.
But once again, he must have been fighting an uphill battle. I mean, like I said, 1980, you got Journey, Foreigner. These are the biggies. Cheap
All
Trick.
the corporate rock fans are huge.
And all of a sudden, here comes this dude who
Yeah.
looks like he just came out of the trash can.
Yeah, and he did.
And he had a bottle of booze still in his hand.
He did.
Yeah, and he did.
High
He's
on speed and ready to
I'm
rock.
going to play bass distorted. And it wasn't pretty at all.
Nobody stopped him.
Man, nobody stopped. Who was going to stop that?
I don't know. I
Admit.
honestly don't think, even if he probably would have never sold a record, he probably would have kept going.
Well,
Till he died. And that's just the way he was. Makes sense. I mean, that's the way to live rock and roll. If you want to be as rock and roll as possible, the bar's been set. Good luck trying to get above it. Just let me set that bar as high as you possibly could set it. We'll conclude Rip It Apart Wednesday, Ace of Spades from Motorhead on the way next on 104.7 The Cave. .7 The Cave. It is Wednesday, Rip It Apart Wednesday, Ace of Spades, the subject. Jay Stevens joining myself, Mike the Intern, in the studio today to talk about the
legend.
the anthem of Motorhead, really, Ace of Spades.
I mean, the most popular Motorhead song for sure.
If anybody doesn't know Motorhead, most more than likely they probably know Ace of Spades.
Yeah.
More than likely. Now, obviously, the song about gambling, the lyrics used gambling metaphors, like cards and dice and stuff like that. But Lemmy said that when it comes to gambling, he's more of the one-armed bandit type of gambler. And we're talking about the slot machine and stuff like that. But he said, I couldn't really sing about spinning fruit and wheels coming down. So he made it about poker and cards. You know what I mean? Can you imagine what the song would have been
Spinning
about?
fruit and wheels. 3 diamonds.
I know.
And I'm paid.
You love the slot machines, man. That's the way he went.
To gamble, I tell you I'm your man. Win some, lose some, it's all the same to me.
His voice sounds like it's going through a Marshall amp.
Once again, that's what I mean. It sounds like that's what I'm saying. Here he's going up against Steve Perry. I mean, all these guys are singing beautifully, and Robin Zander, and here comes this.
Yeah, and he's just pushing it as hard as he can.
The Ace of Spades, the Ace of Spades.
They must have all been very frightened by him.
Yeah.
You know?
But then once you met him, you're probably like, dude, I got to party with this guy once a year, and then I got to
That's
recover.
it, though. One
Yeah.
night. I don't think you would die. You only get 3 nights.
I know.
Hanging out with Lemmy is like going to Vegas.
Yeah,
you know,
every day.
Yeah, every day.
24
it's like
hours.
you can 3 days. I did Vegas 4 days once. No, I was zombie.
No, God. Wait, what Steve Vai was talking about how he did a solo on one of his later records in the 2000s, and he said he went over there, and then he's in his 60s at this point, maybe late 50s. He records the solo in a couple hours. Steve Vai is the man, and then they just sat there and partied, and he was like, I've never seen anyone drink more booze. I've never seen anyone do more speed and then stay lucid and talk to me and listen and understand and know that I know he understands what I'm saying and conversing. And it's just crazy the amount of stuff that guy put into his body
Just to keep him going.
just to keep him going, and that was
Normal
normal
speed.
for him.
Wow.
Yeah, Crazy. Wow. Anyway,
Don't do drugs, by the way.
Don't do drugs. Do not do drugs. This is kind of one of the exceptions to the rules. Most times it doesn't end up like this.
You won't be as lucky, kids.
No, more than likely you won't be. But in the case of Lemmy, God rest your soul. And thank you again so much for the music. Without further ado, it's Ace of Spades by Motorhead on 104.7 The Cave.